Hello and welcome to the first weather video of September. A little bit late, but I've just been, last night I had issues, as you know. It was a beautiful weekend, though. Beautiful weekend, and I did a lot of hiking, so I'm very tired, obviously. We had a lot of nice days, even Saturday. We had some clouds around, but still, there's some blue sky. And then Sunday, that was the sunniest day of all. Fairly clear sky, and this is I'm showing you this picture. This is one of the ponds, the smaller ponds called House Pond at Sears Bellows County Park. You can see it's completely dry. I've never seen it like that. It's completely dry. So that's quite a sign of just how dry it's been. And then yesterday we had a lot more clouds around yesterday. But they were pretty clouds, though, especially towards sunset. We had altocumulus and a little virga coming from the altocumulus, which was pretty nice. We'll look at it here. Pretty interesting to see. And, yeah, last night I went to Jones Beach, and it was beautiful. Obviously beautiful. Beautiful skies and just really nice. And the sunset was really something as well. Really beautiful. So I'm glad I went. Although I got delayed and I couldn't do the weather video. And then today, we had a large amount of cumulus buildup today along a sea breeze front that was in the middle of the island. And you actually see it on the satellite image here if I run this a little bit later. But it's been comfortable. The dew points have been low. And just great weather all around, really. Great weather all around. So, we'll talk about September. We're going to talk about the summer, the seasonal as well. The seasonal summary. 61, really? That's what it is. 61. Well, unfortunately, my alley is still 72 or 71 degrees, which is ridiculous. Not even going to show it to you. You're going to have to take my word for it. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, this place. 63 at Islip. Dew point's 59. Got up to 79 today. So, yeah, really nice. So, we'll go over the past 3 days at Islip. Show you the weather we've had today. Again, we had more of an easterly flow today. East-southeast wind. Dew points in the upper 50s. A little more moisture in the air with the onshore flow. Looking at yesterday, and the low was 57. I guess that, the low was 57, I guess. What was that? Yeah, that was, we'll go over the lows. And then for Labor Day, very comfortable. It was only in the mid-70s all day. Dew points in the mid-50s, a mix of sun and clouds. Northeast winds, kind of breezy at times. Got down to 57 in the morning as well. And then August 31st, which was Sunday, that's all I'm going to go back for in this. You can see again, just more of the same. Temperatures, maybe it got up to 70. What did it get up to? 79. So we haven't even hit 80. Dew points, dew points were very low at times. Dew points dropped into the 30s at certain times of the day. On Sunday, that was the day I went on my hike. So very low humidity that day as well. So you can see, though, there was a sea breeze in the afternoon that caused the humidity to spike a little bit, but It's just the dew points going to the mid-50s. It's still very, very comfortable out. Now, we'll go over West Hampton. I'm kind of curious to see how low West Hampton got. It looks like it got down to 50 this morning. Let's see what it got down to on Saturday morning. 50 as well. What about Sunday morning? Not Saturday. That was Monday morning. Let's look at Sunday morning. What did it get down to Sunday morning? 47. Wow. So very chilly if you were in the Pine Barrens, I guess. So very nice. Just beautiful weather all around. So looking at our map here, our highs and lows. You can see highs generally in the 70s across the area. A little cooler in Jersey than here, oddly enough. Mid 70s there. Maybe they had a little more cloud cover. Lows, again, 50s generally, and 48 in the Pine Barrens. What's the time? So Pine Barrens getting down quite cool with that radiational cooling. Unfortunately, that's the total opposite of what I'm dealing with in my alley right now. So we'll go to is this the daily climate report? That's the monthly climatological report. We'll do the daily first for islip. So a high of 78 and a low of 58 today. So a little bit warmer. We're still 3 degrees below normal, though. Looking at your Monday, high of 77 and a low of 57. That's 4 degrees below normal. And looking at your Sunday, a high of 79 and a low of 60, 2 degrees below normal. And then we'll just look at Saturday as well, I guess. A high of 76 and a low of 56, 6 degrees below normal. Okay. So now let's shift our focus over to the month. What the month was like at islip August. A high of 81.5 and a low of 63.8. Gives us a mean of 72.7. The normal is 73.7. So we were actually near normal for the high. 2.2 degrees below normal for the low, and that puts us a degree below normal. Imagine that. We finally had a month below normal at islip because of all the cool weather we've had. So there was some heat in the early part of the month, but other than that, not too bad. It was really, July was brutal, but we only had really one brutal month for the summer. So that's not too bad at all. But here's the issue with precipitation. We only received 0.53 inches of rain. And the normal is supposed to be 4.24. So that's 3.71 inches below normal, which is a lot below normal. A lot. So now I'm going to go over to the monthly. And I'm only going to cover islip here, right? I'm only going to focus on islip because I mainly focus on Long Island. I mean, not the monthly, but the seasonal outlook for the summer, all right? So this is the seasonal outlook. I don't normally include this, but we're going to include it here. For the season, we were still above normal. Average high of 82.5 is above the normal average high of 80.5, 2 degrees above normal. And this is for the summer, so climatological summer. That is June, July, and August. The average minimum of 66.5 was 1.8 degrees above normal above the normal 64.7, giving us a mean of 74.5. That is 1.9 degrees above the normal of 72.6. So we had 12 degrees above 90. That is still, the normal is supposed to be around 8 degrees. So we're 8 day, excuse me, not degrees. We had, see what happens when I'm tired here? I'm just tired. It's hard for me to keep doing these. 12 degrees above normal. If you live in a furnace, you would mess with your mind too. 12 degrees above normal. Oh, jeez, I did it again. I'm sorry. This is what happens when you're in a furnace. It just kills you. Let's try this again. We had 12 days above 90 for the climatological summer at islip. The normal is 7.8, so forget 8 days. So we were about 4 days above normal for the days above 90. All right, so precipitation, definitely drier than normal. 88.5 inches of rain for the entire summer. June, July, and August. Normal is supposed to be 11.50. So we were quite below normal, even though we've had some wet days and wet times. A lot of those early summer days when we had a lot of that rain in June, it was light rain. It wasn't heavy. The heavier rain kind of missed islip in Long Island. So that's pretty much what it looks like at islip. Not going to go over Central Park. Just focusing on islip. That's all I can do. All right. This is Long Island weather. I'm not going to. It's not New Jersey weather, not New York City weather. Long Island weather. All right. I'll talk about Jersey from time to time, but I mean, I don't think there's going to be a huge difference in these numbers between the sites, and maybe I'll talk about it another time. I don't know. Probably not. I can't. I just can't. It's hard enough for me to do this. All right. So let's take a look now that we went over the summer and the month and the days. Let's go and look at the CONUS view. And you see, generally speaking, there's some little circulation over here. Other than that, not really a whole lot going on here. Fair weather for the most part. Not seeing a whole lot of smoke either, which is good. Let's see if we have any smoke at all anywhere. I'm not seeing a whole lot. All right, there actually might be some here. Oh, there is. Okay, so It's out west. So if we pause this, you'll see that there's some smoke over here. So Western Canada, there's definitely some smoke. So that may be an issue from, I guess we have some fires in Western Canada burning. But Eastern Canada does not have that. As long as our flow is coming out of Eastern Canada, we should have fairly clear skies and not dealing with too much of that smoky haze. But I do see smoke here, so it's possible we may deal with it again sometime in the future. I'm not going to talk about it now. So we went over everything. Let's go and look at the models now and see where we're going to see where we're going for as we enter a new month here. I'm sorry, I'm just tired. It's hard for me to do this. I try to get enough walking in every day. I have to go to the supermarket. I have to travel because there's no supermarket in town, and I have to carry the stuff from the bus stop. I have to walk up the hot stairs. This place, this place is killing me. So as long as I'm living here, I can't. I don't know. I just can't. The apartment and my own mental conditions at this point. But I gotta keep trying to do at least one weather video a week. All right, that's the best I can do. Let's go look at the European here first. We'll start with the jet stream here, and you see the trough. So we have another troughs coming in here for weekend. But you notice the center of the trough's kind of not coming toward us. So originally it looked like we were going to have a much cooler shot of air. We'll have to see what happens, but we still see the cycle of troughs coming through. All right. Let's go to the 500. So you see here that trough that digs into the Midwest there. We're kind of on the right side of it, so that may bring in some more humidity for the end of this week. You see not a whole lot going on in the tropics, really. I'm not even going to talk about that here, all right? I'm just going to go over the European. I guess we can look at the GFS at 12Z2 and see if there's any differences. I honestly don't see it. Yeah, there really aren't. There's some subtle differences, but nothing really crazy. So we'll look at the surface now. You get the idea of the pattern we're in. So no really big heat ups, at least. That's the good news. No heat waves. Definitely no heat waves. It's cool, but I'm still, like I said, this place is still a furnace. Even though it's cool out. This. All right. Just get through it. I hate this effing place. Try not to say the word, but... So, as we go into tomorrow, you see here, generally fair weather. There may be some convergence over the mountains and interior areas that might result in some shower activity. But other than that, just fair weather. Our next chance of rain won't be until very late Thursday night into Friday. But as you can see, it's not that much on the Euro. And then there's that's with one little front and then another front on Saturday. And then we have a big high build in next week. All right. So, and then we'd have more nice weather. Not really a whole lot of chances of rain until maybe we get toward the middle of the month. So it's not really looking like we have a whole lot of opportunities here. GFS, similar deal. You're not really looking that impressive at all. GFS may be looks a little more aggressive with the rain perhaps on Saturday. But other than that, again, we have to wait a while. The GFS and the Euro do start diverging next week a little. So the GFS would have a wave come and bring us some rain here, and then there's this is interesting. So I didn't see this when I was looking at the other. It does push that storm a little further west. This is the 18Z run. I meant to look at the 12Z, whatever. This is the GFS. I'm not going to really take the GFS in the long range is just rare. You can't really count on it. So. That's why I just mainly look at the European. So we'll actually go to our temperature anomaly chart now. And I'm just using the European here at this point to avoid any more confusion. And if I'm sorry if I've confused you, but again, if you live in a furnace apartment building, then it'll mess you up too. So you can see it's staying cooler than normal. It does get a bit warmer on Friday and Saturday. So we start getting to that warm air. But then, yeah, there is a very cool shot of air coming in. As we get toward Monday and Tuesday, you can see that cool air. And then we see a moderation eventually, but no really big heat ups. on this. So let's go to the shorter range models here, HRRR, and we'll go over our weather. Obviously, not really a whole lot in terms of precipitation here, staying dry pretty much. And again, this would give us. I already looked at the model. This is Thursday night. This will be our next chance of rain, and the Euro is like giving us like nothing basically. So if it doesn't rain, this is going to be a big problem. All right. Dew points and wind flow. This is where we'll start to see some changes. All right. So we've had a north to easterly flow. Tomorrow we still continue that easterly flow. The dew points are still comfortable. But then as we get into Thursday, you'll start seeing, well, the dew points still stay comfortable. They start coming up a little bit, but not all that much. But you do see the wind shift to the south, and that's going to bring in warmer air. So tonight we'll have lows again in the 50s and 40s in the Pine Barrens, and Miami will be lucky to get below 67. And then I don't have the energy to do the whole, yeah, well, I hate this place there. You'll have to deal with that and pull up the file. So anyway, tomorrow, if you're inland, maybe close to 80. Temperature similar to today, pretty much. Tomorrow's going to be similar to today. And then tomorrow night, again, lows in the 50s. And then as we get toward Thursday, you'll start seeing things heat up into the 80s, inland well into the 80s here in interior New Jersey. And Long Island probably only mid to upper 70s to around 80. All right, you can see there's a boundary here, all right? So if we go to the European, we'll look at this boundary here. So this is the boundary, and you can see the boundary kind of washes out a little bit, doesn't really. And then we have temperatures on Friday. Again, similar deal, maybe a tad warmer on Long Island, maybe close to 80, but inland, it could be well into the 80s, perhaps 90 if you're in New Jersey. Saturday will probably be the warmest day we're going to see on Long Island, where we might see a low 80s and it'll be more humid. And then as we go into Sunday, we start seeing cool off again. And then we have nice cool weather again as we get into next Monday. And I'm looking at the 18Z Euro. If I want to go a little further, we're going to go to the 12Z Euro. You can see next week, though, very cool. All right. Dew points. Again, this is a good way of showing where the fronts are at. You can see here the southerly flow that develops on Friday. See, that front doesn't really do anything to that. It kind of just washes out. And you see the south wind there and that humidity there. So, and then as we get into Sunday, that's when we start seeing the dew points really drop into the 40s, and then we'll be in that nice dry air for a good part of next week. All right. So precipitation. This is what I mean with precipitation. So you see what happens. It kind of just fizzles out by the time it gets to Long Island. And if we look at this particular run of the model, how much rainfall do we have here? Total accumulated precip. Almost nothing for Long Island. This is the 12Z. Let's see if the 18Z is any better. Not really. Maybe it has a little bit more on western Long Island, but that's still only maybe a quarter of an inch, maybe close to a half an inch. As we get closer, we'll see. I really hope this changes. I'm going to see if any of the other models are a little more aggressive with rainfall. GFS is a little more aggressive, especially over Jersey. Icon. All right, that doesn't go up far enough. Let's see 18Z Icon all the way to the end. No, not much either. And, given that we're in a dry pattern, it's hard to break out of it once you get into it. So that's the thing. So let's go and look at the RGM, and we'll talk about the skies. We'll go to the 18Z. So, see, plenty of sunshine tomorrow, maybe a few clouds here and there. Some cumulus, maybe a little bit of cirrus, but I think there'll be plenty of sunshine. Thursday, we'll also see plenty of sunshine as well, I think. The clouds kind of stay off to the west. Then we have this front kind of just wash up to the north. And again, Friday also probably good amount of sunshine, though some clouds developing toward the afternoon, I think. That's as far out as I'm going to go here. So our last stop, Climate Prediction Center. Let's go to the 6 to 10 day outlook. Still below normal for rainfall. That was just a little bit on the above normal for precipitation, but I don't know where they're getting that because I'm not seeing that in the models at all. And they've been saying near normal precipitation. We've been below normal every time. You can see very much above in the northwest there. And we go to 8 to 14 day. Still cool in the east. They still have us on the shade of a possible above normal precipitation. But they've been saying this for a while now. We've been waiting, and we have not seen the rain at all. So that is always a concern. All right, one more thing I'm going to check here is the ice. Ice, where is it? There we go. Let's do this. I'm not going to do the drought monitor. I may have to do it on Thursday. All right, so we have, let's see what 2012 is. So at least we're not at the bottom. 2025, we're not at the bottom. So that's good. We're not at the bottom with the ice. This is what our map looks like. Still see a lot of thin ice. Still below normal, but not as bad as it could be, for sure. So definitely not a record. It looks like it was a lot of melt, and then it kind of backed off as we got into August. It's kind of interesting because that's when the climate. It's when it started cooling off over here too, which is very interesting. So anyway, that is going to wrap up this weather video. Doing my best here, you know. But anyway, next one will be hopefully Thursday night. We'll see if we're going to get any rain or not. Have a good night, and again, don't take it for granted that you can open your window and get fresh air and enjoy the cool air. Some of us can't, including yours truly. It's horrible here. This is not an apartment that should be even considered habitable for human habitation. All right, period. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Good night.